Emergencies make strong men. Rough seas and storms make good sailors. Wars make good generals, and without adversities and temporary setback, you will never know the sort of material you're made of. Hello, FCT. It is another bumper episode on memories where together we shall be making lasting impressions. It's good to know you are there with me to keep a date. I am Serafina Okon Umekwe.
Relive your delightful moments via a telecast. Tell the world what gave you your happiness or pains, and for the how, where, and why. Share your joys of coronation, chieftaincy honors, engagement parties, traditional wedding ceremonies, weddings fatiha, nikah, naming ceremony church programs, housewarming, inaugurations, award nights, school and social events, or moments of grief like burial ceremonies with many others. Don't let your events pass and your story not be told on Memories every Saturday, 7:30 p.m. on this station. Memories, making your events memorable.
A call to service of distinction while in office has been made to Nigerian leadership. The call was made at the public presentation of a book on Adamu Candido. Charity Zaka was there to keep memories alive.
That was the unveiling of the book Abdullahi Adamu Candido, Service of Distinction. The 132-page book is a collection of footprints and selected speeches put together by the Candido Media Organization. Present at the event were representatives of the FCT Transport Secretariat and the area councils in a bid to make public his legacies.
Those achievements are things that are supposed not just to be forgotten like that. That has to be written for children yet unborn to see. And what he has done, people outside there can attest to it that these are new things. These are things that have never been done before.
Guests at the public presentation commend the initiative, adding that it will spur the celebrant to work more.
With what we have received today, we can try to, it will give us a way to decipher who is Candido, what was the service to the people of Amak. And it can also be a way for the younger generations to know more about the issue of leadership and mentorship.
He has so far carried himself creditably in this new assignment, judging by the antecedent of this autumn that it will serve as a source of encouragement and motivation to those who intend to make a career of public service.
Today, when we talk about Candido, it's 7 spirits of Candido F8. 1, character. You mentioned it that there will be character, capacity, and readiness to do the job, to do the right thing the right way.
The celebrant and Mandate Secretary Transport Secretariat FCTA Abdullahi Adamu Candido expresses joy with a call on the 7 area councils chairman to execute more of people-oriented projects.
In appreciating our situation, we need everybody. And that was my message, sir. That those of you who are contesting today, we need them to have characters. Your member in the House of Representatives, if he has his way, good. But I'm going to vote for APC. That is one of the two.
Other activities featured include musicals to spice up the day.
Every elected post comes with the expiration of a tenure. The impact made becomes the memories left in the hearts of many. This is the outgoing zonal leader to the Catholic Women Organization of the Holy Trinity, Maitama, Ngozi Agata, expresses as she appreciates God's faithfulness for a successful tenure after Thanksgiving service. Again, Charity Zaka was there to keep memories alive.
The end of tenure was celebrated with a Thanksgiving service at the Maitama Holy Trinity Catholic Church, where members of the Catholic Women Organization rejoiced with the celebrant in gratitude to God. Earlier, there was a love feast held in honor of the outgoing leader, Ngozi Agatha Itolu, where members of the Maitama Holy Trinity CW women were given a treat. The women see the outgoing leader as a mother for all.
I'll call her a mother in the aspect that when something happens to anybody, she's always quick to reach out. Birthdays, she will reach out to sing for you and pray for you. And well, I wouldn't say I'll be missing her because she will still be there with us.
She's a team player, compassionate woman, humble. For me, I think the fact that she's very approachable for anything is a plus for her.
She is more than a sister. She's a mother in a million, and she's a friend you cannot do without.
The celebrant appreciated the women, not forgetting to counsel her successor to be selfless.
I've enjoyed their support so much. I really loved all of them, and I didn't have problems dealing with them. I would advise the person to be selfless, to use her 3 T's of time, treasure, and talent, and see every woman as equal.
Highlights of the event were the cutting of cake, testimonies, presentation of awards of excellence, and traditional musical performance.
Age, they say, is just a number. This aptly fits the moment where a quintessential civil servant celebrates 60. Woohoo! With her unrelenting passion, resolved to serving humanity with her new position as the former director FCT administration. Now, Abdullahi Ajia was there for you, and he brought us the bogacious moment of how the hot fever went down.
With so much to celebrate on a day carefully planned to rejoice with the celebrant, Mrs. Florence Winegame, on the occasion of her 60th birthday and elevation to the post of a director, the ambience and oral entangle friends, family and well-wishers on arrival. Thereafter, there came the grand entry of the celebrant, supported by her husband, signaling the commencement of the event with people from all walks of life in attendance. Kind words that extolled the virtues and professional competence of the celebrant suffice.
My younger sister Florence today is turning 60. The good message that I have for her is that God should continue to make her to keep aging gracefully and to be able to achieve what God has destined for her to achieve in her lifetime.
She's a lady that is very hardworking, committed to her job, very passionate about her job, and very sincere and honest, and she has a very high sense of adaptability because she really takes instructions very seriously, and she gives out also instructions to her staff. She's fully in charge of her responsibilities, and she does it with all sense of humility and commitment.
It's by God's grace that she got promoted in her place of work, and particularly that she's already reached the age of retirement and the promotion is coming. So all we can only say is to thank God and wish her everything she wishes herself.
We popularly call her Flogsy. She's a wonderful lady, and I want to wish her good health, long life, and prosperity. She looks so gracious at 60, and I have always told people that she is a woman with the heart of a diamond.
As a woman who has been in the leading role of disaster risk reduction in the FCT, talk on disaster and emergency was delivered to sensitize the audience, after which a motorcycle was presented to the celebrant as requested by her, which she donated to FEMA to be used for emergency response work.
God has been faithful to me. Right from when I was growing up, I know that a lot of things were delayed, but God never denied me. So all the days of my life, I will live to praise and thank God for what He has done in my life. There's nothing as good as working for humanity.
With no dull moments, the stage was let loose for a classy electrifying dance and performance.
So let's go, let's go. Give me the thinker, give me the vibe, give me the thinker, give me the one time. Shake the body, move the body, shake the body, move the body, shake the body, move the body, shake the body, move the body.
Toasting to better and greater years ahead with the cutting of the celebration cakes were the high points of the occasion, where the celebrant wished herself greater things in her endeavors.
I did say the fever was high, right? And of course, we're still maintaining the tempo. We will be right back in just a moment. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. And of course, for advert placement or sponsorship, do well to contact any of the numbers on the screen. I will be right back in a moment. Go nowhere.
Relive your delightful moments via a telecast. Tell the world what gave you your happiness or pains, and for the how, where, and why. Share your joys of coronation, chieftaincy honors, engagement parties, traditional wedding ceremonies, weddings fatiha, nikah, naming ceremony church programs, housewarming, inaugurations, award nights, school and social events, or moments of grief like burial ceremonies with many others. Don't let your events pass and your story not be told on Memories every Saturday, 7:30 p.m. on this station. Memories, making your events memorable.
A life without Christ is not a life indeed, as life outside Christ is life lived in vanity. Cecilia Julius said this statement resonated in the sermon at the funeral service of the late John Audu Shehu in New Cairo, Nasarawa State.
That was the gathering of family members, friends and sympathizers who converged on New Cairo, Nasarawa State, to honor the life and memory of a man whom many describe as a rare gem, a fun-loving and highly disciplined icon, whose unique virtues and legacy would live on. The officiating minister of Equa Fellowship speaks on the essence of knowing that life must be lived in Christ Jesus, as life is transitional.
There is a life that someone lives that is not in thee, but there is life that is what is in thee.
Following suit was the reading of the deceased biography, testimonies, as well as tributes from family and friends. The wife of the deceased, former AMAC chairman and one-time ambassador to the Gambia, Esther John Audu, as well as some dignitaries, speak.
Daddy was my love. I was his love. Daddy was my pillar, my confidant, my supporter. Because anything you see me do, I don't do it without permission from him.
He was a very, very funny, jovial man. He loves soccer. As they said, he doesn't play one, but he loves to watch and comment.
The body of the late John Audu Shehu was thereafter interred at the New Cairo Cemetery. Preempting the funeral service was a service of songs and wakekeep.
My My guest on personality profile today was once a columnist in the Eye on Abuja column of the property development section of the Daily Trust newspaper. Now, he is also a lecturer and a veteran outstanding defender of the Abuja Master Plan. The inspiration came to him when he came for excursion into Abuja many years ago, just as a little boy. That prompted and propelled him to studying what would fit into the present portfolio he's heading. Now, he's set to take you through the success and life's journey of his career. You know what? Grab a glass of juice, relax. This moment is surely unmissable.
The primary function and mandate as the coordinator of Abuja Metropolitan Council is to manage a city that is comparable to all capital cities of the world. The caliber of the management, the staff that we should have, and what we must achieve. We have an infrastructure that we have developed for this city. And how do we manage this infrastructure? Everybody knows that the infrastructure that has been developed for the capital city of Abuja is a standard infrastructure that is comparable to any city in the world. How do we manage it and make sure that that aspiration of having Abuja, the symbol of our national unity, is achieved? That is my mandate. Department of Environment Control, Facility Management, Park and Recreation Department. Park is a very essential aspect, component of this council, because ab initio, 33% of the land use budget of this city is devoted for greening. So we must make sure that that aspect, the greening aspect, that 33% is not changed. Components must be protected, and that is why 33%. That's why Abuja is known as a garden city. So that is why we established that Park and Recreation Department. The fire service, we know, is for safety. To make sure that when there is any challenge, we make sure we have the fire service department to go and perform their function. So the Abuja Environmental Protection Board, we supervise their activity under this council. Happy for the fact that after I existed during the first tenure, I was called back by the minister to continue where I stopped. We never had anybody that served in this office twice. Thank God I made that achievement. And God willing, I'm not going to disappoint the people that had that confidence to bring me back. And that is the legacy I'm protecting. Yes, I did in the first instance. I was commended, I was brought back. I'm going to make sure that if I did not make the first achievement, if I do not surpass whatever I've done, I should not diminish whatever achievement I've done before. So I have a standard to achieve, and make sure that I surpass that earlier standard. So I allow the people, the public, to judge my achievements. Yes, leadership style depends on your own commitment. What commitment do you have to the service? The dedication you put, and the passion for the work, most especially the passion. I remember when I was in the secondary school, I once came here for excursion from our secondary school. When Abuja was being developed, at that time, there are only notable structures, all of them under construction. We are taken to the presidential complex under construction. The presidential complex is now what we have, the office of the Secretary to the Federal Government. That was the original pressure complex where Mr. President is supposed to be according to Abuja Master Plan. We have the Sheraton Hotel. At that time, it was known as Hyatt Regency, under construction. The Nikon Luxury was the one that was known as Sheraton Hotel when it was originally conceived. I remember that period, that was in 1983, 1984. When I came here as a student, I told myself, this city is going to be very beautiful if it's top built, and I would like to work in this city. I had that passion for working in Abuja, and that was why that led me, that guided me to the profession that I should read in order to provide that service that I intended. And I say, I must read town planning. And that's what led me to urban regional planning. And I thank God I achieved whatever I set in life to do. Anytime that we fail to go to school, our parents flog us. I remember one instance. I came back from my secondary school. When we finished our exams, we were not doing anything in school. I said, okay, just 2 days to the holidays. I went back home. That night, my father learned that, yes, the school has not closed, but all other students are leaving. Say, my child must not leave school until the school closes. We are supposed to come back home a day after. My father had to take me back to school and handed me over to the principal to flog me. Why should I leave the school 2 days before the holidays? The principal told my father, thank you for instilling this type of discipline on this child. But let me tell you, Baba, this is the best student in that class. Thank you for bringing that, do that. I could see the reason why he's top. He's a top student in this class. He's the best student in the class. I could see the reason why. I want you to forgive him, because if you leave, I'm not going to flog you. But let it sink in him that the discipline that you have given him is what makes him to make this part of performance. I never forget that day. And I never leave school, even if I'm the only person that will be in that school until the holiday is given. So that is the type of discipline we'll see. If I'm at home, if I do anything. Today, if we flog our children, they always say, Baba is wicked, things and that. But that is the type of discipline we received. And that's why I'm molded to the type of people we are today. In my secondary school, I was a volleyballer. Volleyball. I do swimming. But immediately when I went back to university, in the university, my preoccupation was reading. I forgot all the sports. Now my only sport is walking. After my daily work, after the office work, I go back to my family. But in the evening, I take a walk around my neighborhood to make sure I'm physically fit. If that is a sport, that is my sport today. And I read. My hobbies are reading. I read a lot. And one other thing that become an asset to me is that reading. The first assignment that was given to me when I was employed in FCD was the establishment of department library for you, the dam planning and survey department. I have in my custody all the reports that have been produced, the planning reports that have been produced when this city is at the infancy, when the master plan has been produced, and then the various companies, the various consultants that this and that, here and there, they were under my custody. So at that time, not much work, but I was in the library. I was reading. I accumulated a lot of knowledge. So much so that in the future, it gave me the knowledge to be writing about Abuja. I established a column in Daily Trust called Eye on Abuja. All right, nobody writes about Abuja the way I do then. In Daily Trust, every week I write from the planning aspect, from the history, from development aspect, from the culture of the original inhabitants of this city. I happen to be somebody that I have grown and was born within this environment. So I know the culture. I know Abuja the way it was even before the creation of the FCT.
Every adversity is a blessing in disguise, and all you need to do is put up a tenacious spirit. This beautiful episode has come to an end. Trust the memories will linger for a lifetime. Come on, be part of the show, be our sponsor. Bring your adverts. Let's give it that publicity you're looking for. And of course, follow us on all our social media handles. I am Serafina Okon. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Peace out.